The owner noticed her puppy's bed was too small, so she decided to buy it a new one, but she got the size wrong and ended up with a giant dog bed. The puppy was completely stunned when it saw the bed, but surprisingly, seemed quite satisfied with the oversized bed. The owner thought it was absolutely adorable, and that's where her craze began. She started buying more giant items, like a huge food bowl and enormous shoes. First, the puppy didn't think it was fun until she brought out an extra-large chew stick. The puppy got super excited and immediately carried the chew stick back to its bed. Realizing she might have gone overboard, the owner bought some normal-sized products. Unexpectedly, this time they were too small. Puppy glanced at the tiny tent, then looked back at its owner. The puppy decided its owner wasn't very bright. To make up for it, she bought the puppy a gold necklace. But when the dog walked past the bathroom, the necklace was pulled toward a magnet. That's when she realized the collar was fake. Heartbroken, the puppy ignored its owner completely. In the end, the owner had to take it to a jewelry store and buy a real gold collar worth $60,000 to win back the puppy's forgiveness. The owner then looked at her empty wallet and shed a tear. To start a new day, Puppy loved being woken up by its owner. The owner prepared a tasty breakfast filled with all the puppy's favorite foods. Then, he carefully tied on a little bib so the puppy could eat without making a mess. After that, he gently hand-fed her. Once she finished eating, he brushed her fur, wiped her face, and dried her completely. After everything was neat and pretty, the owner took the dog to sign up for a sports competition. The winning pet would receive a year's supply of food. As soon as they arrived, Puppy was intimidated by the size of the other competing dogs. It felt it couldn't compete and wanted to quit. Sensing its hesitation, the owner agreed to join it on the field. Even as the first contestant, Puppy was still very nervous. With the owner's encouragement, it barely made it through the course. It was convinced it must have been the worst dog there. However, watching the other dogs perform gave it hope again. One dog broke free from the judge and ran off, disqualified. Another dog knocked over every obstacle, disqualified. One even got its owner tangled up, disqualified. Against all odds, Puppy ended up in first place, but then the judge suddenly announced that its result was invalid. They had entered the wrong competition venue. When they rushed to the correct venue, the race had just begun. With experience from the previous round, the puppy was no longer nervous. Facing even harder obstacles this time, it ran incredibly fast. So fast that the owner couldn't even keep up. In the end, it won first place on its own merit.